Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Mano-777, and we're back inside of Destiny here with your weekly reset video for Tuesday, March 7th, 2017. We're going to be going over all the endgame content that you can do this week and tell you all the things for you to plan this week in Destiny. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, we have the Cerberus Vey 3 Strike. We're going to go face Valis Taric with the modifiers of Berserk, Brawler, where Guardian melee damage is greatly increased, fresh troops where sun-up enemy squads have been fortified with additional reinforcements, and Airborne, where players deal more damage while in the air. Some things I might recommend is if you are a hunter, bring your Celestial Nighthawk with your golden gun so you can do some massive damage while in the air with your super attack. I would recommend as much as possible to make sure you're jumping in the air and get as much damage as possible there. If you're going to use a Gjallarhorn, make sure you jump in the air as you are firing that, so make sure you get maximum damage, because Airborne will do some very nice work on there. Be very, very careful, because enemies will not flinch even if you have explosive rounds. Some things to look out for there this week for the weekly Nightfall strike, and that'll net you some type of unknown reward and a skeleton key. This week's Siva Crisis Heroic are going to feature Arcburn, Juggler, and Catapult. That's going to get you a Treasures of the Dawning, a package for that, and Legendary Marks. I'd highly recommend you bring your Zalo Supercell on this, and maybe bring your Warlock, who can chuck some pretty solid grenades in there. I think that'd be a lot of fun to farm those if you are looking for any type of Vanguard packages. That'd be something I'd recommend to do here. Zalo Supercell will do some massive damage when you are going into there. This week's daily heroic story is one of my favorites. It is Lost to Light, where you can get your black spindle anytime you want. But this week it is the Lost to Light mission. I have some fond memories of this with the stream, because I always help people who need help getting your black spindle. Just come into the stream, which is down listed below, and I will help you get that at any time possible. I love doing that mission. It's one of my favorites, one of my first things that I actually soloed. So guys, that is the daily heroic story for this week. A throwback to last week's Iron Banner, we've got Supremacy for the daily competitive multiplayer. This week for our Crucible weekly items, we'll go over to the Crucible. We've got Inferno Supremacy, which basically is Supremacy like before, but the thing is you have no trackers of any kind. Or we have Salvage for your 3v3 team objectives. Those are your two competitive multiplayers. Again, that will get you a Radiant Treasure package, which will be pretty nice. Let's go up over to the Reef and take a look at what's going on over here in the Challenge of the Elders. This week we've got Precision Kill bonus, Juggler, and Small Arms. This would be a great week to get into that piece, because precision kill bonuses with small arms, especially because you're doing a lot of damage, I would highly recommend that you do that this week, because you're most likely going to be using scout rifles or things like that. You'll be able to get a lot of precision kills from there, so you can get some good bonus damage with small arms on. Round 1 is going to feature Val Arun with the add-ons and Cabal. Round 2 is going to be the Sedidious Mind with the add-ons of Vex, and round 3 is going to be Kexis the Betrayed with the add-ons of Fallen. Of course, you can always do the level 41 treasure President of the Elders to get your Sterling Treasure package here in the Reef. Just make sure you go pick up a card from Varix before you do any of these things this week. I'd highly recommend that you get into that if you want to farm some House of Judgment packages. This week for the current raid, we've got Wrath of the Machine, which is going to be VOSIK Challenge Mode. That basically means that you take the final 2 Siva charges that drop as you are doing damage to VOSIK in his main boss challenge, and you have to shut the doors with it. I've noticed that the back left door is a little bit glitchy, so take your time if you're going to go back there. If you have any questions on that or you need help, stop by the stream, stop by my Twitch live streams where we help people do things all the time in Destiny. Twitch link is down below, but we're going to go ahead and hit that up a bunch this week since Iron Banner has left us. There's a lot of things we can still do. What I'm going to do next is we're going to go to the Iron Temple and take a look at everything that you can find there. All right, guys, we are at the Cryptarch here in the Iron Temple. Let's take a look at what we've got this week for your rolls. We've got the Memory of Yolder, which has a strength roll of 104. That is a 79 to 80% roll for the Memory of Yolder. I would definitely not pick that up, although it has a pretty cool modifier, removes sprint cooldown penalty. So if you need one of those, that is what you've got this week. Next up, we have the Memory of Silumar. In the Crucible, resistance to damage over time attacks is greatly increased. So essentially your thorn damage and burning damage, etc. etc. This Memory of Silumar is a perfectly 100% roll. It is actually let's see, about 116% on discipline and 84% on intellect. So if you're looking for a high discipline roll, this is one to pick up this week, and I'm actually going to pick that one up. Finally, we have the Memory of Tamir, which has got an intellect and strength roll. Melee attacks on minions of the darkness have a chance to temporarily turn the target against its allies. This has got an 87% roll on it. It's got a little bit more strength than it does intellect. I would recommend maybe holding off. I think the artifact of the week here is your Memory of Silumar. That is one to pick up if you would like a 100% roll. Next, we're going to go to the Vanguard Scout and see what bounties he has available over here. Shiro 4 is just hanging out over on this spot. Let's see what he has in store for us this week. We've got complete public events in the Plague Lands, very easy to do. We've got complete Dragon encounters in the Archon's Forge, complete Captain encounters in the Archon's Forge, and complete Shank encounters in the Archon's Forge. So unfortunately, if you want to do anything in these bounties, which will get you the Thorn quest line for year 3 if you have not done that, this is a lot of Archon's Forge this week. The one item that looks to be decently rolled here in the Vanguard Scout is the Fellwinter's Iron Bond for the Titans. It's got a 96% roll on it. So that is really all you've got here at the Iron Temple, since the Iron Banner is now closed to us, and Iron Banner has been closed this week. So we're going to go over to the tower and take a look at what's going on over there. Alright guys, we are at Lord Shaxx. Let's take a look and see what he has in store for us for the weekly Crucible bounty. This week we have the Exercise Your Skills in the Rift match type. Definitely pick that up, maybe hold on to it, because you may actually have an opportunity to use it in the weeks ahead, especially with some of the new news that's coming out. We are going to talk a little bit more about that here shortly. Of course, always make sure you go over to Commander Zavala and pick up his bounties that are available. This week we've got the Strike Elite bounty, earn gold tier achieved, silver tier achieved, or bronze tier achieved medals. We've got the Sunrise bounty, where you can earn a gold tier achieved medal in the Nightfall before time expires. Always pick that up in case if you don't have your Icebreaker yet, that can be procced from this bounty. Then we have Make a Rainbow, rapidly earn primary, special, and heavy weapon streaks in medals to earn rainbow medals. So we want to make sure that you pick those up, and you need 10 of those medals to get that completed. This week for the donations of materials of the different factions, Dead Orbit, you are going to have Worm Spore. Future Worm Cult is going to have Worm Spore, as is Eris, as always. New Monarchy is going to have Relic Iron, so if you're ever on Mars, you want to go pick that up and be good to go there. Now, the reason why I'm heading over to the speaker is that there is a 100% rolled item over here for my hunter. Other than that, there's a couple of 96 to 97% rolls throughout the area in the tower if you're looking for different ghosts or things like that. For example, if you go to the speaker and talk about the Warlock Bond or some of the Titan marks, those are going to be 98% rolls. But the big thing I'm looking forward to this week is this Night Stalker's Cloak. This is a perfectly rolled item from the speaker. I'm going to pick that one up because I'm just kind of hanging on to my legendary marks right now. As we look through here, you can see that this is a 99% roll here. This is a 99% roll here, 99% roll here. So you do have some options available if you're looking to maybe boost your discipline and strength, or maybe even just try and get to a tier 12 build. There are a couple of different items that are around 99%, a couple in Dead Orbit. We've got Hunter legs and arms, as well as a chest armor for hunters and for titans. And yeah, that's pretty much the deal, guys. If you go over to the Crucible vendor as well, there are a couple of 98% rolls there, but nothing else is 100% rolled this week. Alright, Guardians, and that brings us almost to the end of the video. One of the things that I need to talk about is the fact that there is going to be a Twitch reveal stream at Wednesday, which is March 3rd. Oh my god. All right, Guardians, the last thing we have to talk about is the fact that there is going to be a new event coming in Destiny here in a couple of weeks called the Age of Triumph. We believe that some types of raids and activities are going to be coming back. There is going to be a new record book that is going to keep us moving throughout the rest of the summer. I think this is going to be the last and final activity that Destiny 1 is going to have before we see what Destiny 2 is going to bring. You can find out more information about that in the Twitch reveal stream, which is going to be March 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be seeing what is going to be happening with the Age of Triumph reveal as well as the record book. So make sure you check into twitch.com/Bungie when you talk about that. We'll also be going through the Twitch reveal stream afterwards on my stream, which is down listed below. But guys, I'm pretty excited. It looks like the Vault of Glass is going to be coming back, as well as maybe some other raids. So I'm pretty stoked about that. But guys, that brings us to the end of the video. This is the weekly reset. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like something in this video, a positive rating is greatly appreciated. Hit subscribe for more Destiny content all the time. I'm going to be bringing you as much information on Destiny 2 as I possibly can. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know if this information helped you out. And guys, I will see you next time in the universe of Destiny.